system too, right?
Yeah, so I've got, okay, I'm back up again. So this is the same issue, right? This is the exact same issue. Oh, hang on. GRB music needs to be added to Locker Gnome. He's doing KRB. Or, I'm sorry, KSP, the Kerbal Space Program. So we've got a new participant there. He's going to be popping into the stream behind me. This is the issue that I've been running into. So like I said, I wasn't sure, not knock on wood, but like that time, all of OBS froze. OBS itself froze, but the ping continued. So it wasn't a network connection. It was OBS.
OBS.
And remember, I'd mentioned that OBS did this earlier as well.
Did you go back to the latest version?
I am on the latest version, but this happened on 27 as well.
Oh, it
so
did,
it happened, and so there's something else that's wonky.
I think your network's probably fine.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be the network because the ping specifically survived. So that to me was a telltale sign that.
Well,
so now
we didn't get interrupted either, and we're on the same.
Yeah, exactly. So the
CNUP
and our call was just fine. It was uninterrupted.
Myself, right?
Well, wait a minute. No, we're not on the same system.
Oh, we're going up to the server, right?
We're going up to the server. So,
no, but I would have saw you hiccup though, right?
No,
because
if it was that, but I'm using a different computer to talk to network you in. I'm using a different. Yeah, okay. I'm not using the native. That. Yeah, I'm not using the native computer, which is the next test we should probably do. Because that would be the
rate on that computer
to know whether or not it was. But here's the thing. Oh, and by the way, thank you. Is it Jennison? Jason. Hello, welcome in. What brings you here? Curious to know. I just here troubleshooting more OBS problems. So the ping. Here's the thing. The ping survived. Not a single loss. Everything. Time to live, bytes, everything. Not a hiccup. Not a single hiccup.
And what are you pinging exactly?
Google.
Twitch.
I mean, it doesn't matter what I'm pinging. If I pinged anything and the network burped, the network itself, it would have shown like there would have been a blip. Not a blip.
Sure.
So irrespective of what I was pinging, because I tried pinging the same server and it was dropping ICMP packets. So, for good reason.
It's not a great way. Ping is not always a great way, but if you have something that's steady like that, you know you can.
That's what I'm saying. If it
there's lots of times people could go out there and say, oh well, I pinged this and I'm getting some drop. Well, that can be, and sometimes it's like, well, I'm not getting anything back. Well, if ICMP is not enabled, then you can still get to the server too, right? It just depends on a few things, but. No, the way you're doing it, yes, you would have seen something.
I would have seen something, but in this case. This is the second time OBS itself, and I don't think this preceded the crash. Well, at least I don't think so. If I go into show crash, well, it was a crash report.
How did you go about downgrading? Did you just do an uninstall and then install?
Yeah, I just reinstall. Show log files. View current log. Okay, so
because it kept your settings, right?
But
it must have some profile stuff out there, even when you uninstall, leave some files behind.
Interesting. So I'm getting a JavaScript. Well, in this error, Stream Elements is causing an issue. The Capagen stream. In Stream Elements is apparently in Capagen. It's saying refuse to evaluate a string in JavaScript because unsafe eval is not allowed source of script in the following content security policy. So apparently Capagen. Has Capagen even worked in the longest time? Has anybody Capagened? Hang on.
Hey, you didn't bother with NDI again, did you?
Oh no. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think it's NDI.
No, but you've kept it off? for troubleshooting?
No,
or have you
in
put it
in
back
troubleshooting it was irrespective of having NDI on. And after I got past that, I've got it. And so I'm looking. Hang on, error, missing. Oh God, it's spitting back tons of errors. I'm missing a lot of emotes, apparently for Capagen. No one's used it in ages anyway. Let me see where it crashed. God, it doesn't even show where it crashed. It just. This is useless.
Where are you looking?
In the stream or in OBS log.
Oh, okay, in the log file.
The only thing I see is, yeah, that's it. Just issues with the Capagen code. Refused to evaluate string. Capagen is spitting back errors. And
don't use Capagen. It's knocking them off.
no, it's not that. It's not that.
No, I know.
No, because I had seen it before.
I was just waiting for somebody to try it, right? Let's see if we can knock them off.
OBS browser stuff. Hang on. No, that's the restart of this. I see the restart of the stream, but nothing of the actual crash. Unfortunately, nothing specifically with the crash. So I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
Well, does it put a date and time on each spot?
There's date stamps. But what I'm saying is there's not. I looked in the crash logs. Okay. There's nothing there, and I looked in the log file, the rolling log file, and there's nothing there. Like that's going to indicate what it was, that apart from like a workaday issue. Son of a gun.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what else could be. Thank you,
RJD.
RJD.
In the bag.
Take care.
You went for probably about 40 minutes before that happened.
No, I was easily in that range. And if I look at the ingestion, if I look at where's it in? What's the inspector on Inspector Twitch? I went for 50 minutes. 50 minutes before there was a knock. And then I restarted the stream and it picked up again. But that's it. Like, so I wonder, do I do a
Do you have an internet data cap?
I don't know.
I would hope not.
It's not a cap. It's not a cap. I'm on a business. Trust me, I pushed more data on the slower connection than this one.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm also business, so there's no data caps.
Never live with a cap ever
again. There's no data caps. None. I refuse. I'll pay more. Yeah. So this is interesting. What I get is the blip, the drop, but I don't know if that. The bit rate dropping has to be, it can't be NDI. Well, I mean, it could be NDI related, but like the bit rate dropping basically freezes OBS. In this case it froze. It like OBS froze. It locked up. Yeah. It was done.
So
yeah, I don't know what it could be because the ping kept going, so I'm gonna keep it going in case it crashes or it drops to 0 without crashing OBS. But I just don't feel that I don't feel it's that.
I'm here to recap, because this is usually what you try to do here, is like what's changed. Well, your internet changed.
Yeah. Network changed.
You did take some Windows updates, right? At one point.
Yeah, I mean but not between the times that it was working and it wasn't working. I rolled, and yeah, it wasn't the version of OBS either. I can tell you, it feels like I'm able to get along longer now. Turning off bit rate seems to be crashing. When I turned off the adjust bit rate automatically, that that was fine. It's when there's temperamental bit rate that OBS seems to be choking now. That where there's temperamental bit rate, and other people have been complaining about this too.
Can we adjust it to make it worse?
So
then you know what you're playing with.
I just don't. There, how do you keep a steady bit rate?
There, because there's a lot of things that can make it way worse.
So I don't know, man.
But what bothers me though is that you did downgrade.
Yeah, I went to 27, and it was still problematic.
And that was a known working version for you.
Yep.
Like you went like a whole 3-4 hour stream one time with it, right? You know that for a fact. But you went back. You uninstalled and you installed the earlier version 27 or whatever.
Yep.
And you still saw the problem.
So I don't know. I don't know what else
is when you did an uninstall,
but
it kept, and you installed the older version, it kept settings though, right? So that tells me that there's still something that was stuffed in a profile folder somewhere.
I don't want to have to rebuild everything. I don't want to have to.
No.
It's not.
But you'd have to, right, in order to do a full clean, a true clean reinstall would be
I don't want to do that. So maybe be into that. Well, when I ran the auto configuration wizard last night, it was like barfing.
Was it doing that today?
I didn't do the auto configuration wizard. I just toggled that setting for bitrate, but it was barfing.
So you didn't mess with that anymore to see if that was still.
No, I didn't try that again today. Here, let me actually. Is there? I think there's a wizard on OBS for macOS. Yeah, auto configuration wizard. Optimized for streaming. Yeah. Wait, hang on. FPS 30. Twitch. Hang on. Now I lost Moo Bear audio. I lost. What happened to that? What? Can I still hear you?
I can hear you. Yes.
For some reason, Moo Bear just died. Like at the same time that I ran another thing. That's very weird.
You got gremlins.
Yeah. Performing bandwidth test. I'm performing it on the Mac because I couldn't complete it on Windows. I'm seeing if it actually.
I don't know about that.
No, failed to connect to any servers. Please check your internet. So the Mac won't do it.
Was that on your Mac or is that on the?
That's on the Mac. The Mac won't do it.
The Mac worked though, so that's just something else.
That we know because the Mac did not crash at least the same way. So what I'm probably gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do it.
Not connecting to servers. That's just a red herring. Yeah. That's nothing.
So what I'm gonna do is sounds like a UPnP issue. I don't even have UPnP that I know of. Wait, why would UPnP? I don't even think I have that turned on. I'm fairly confident I don't have that turned on. Oh, that's that back there. I don't think I have UPnP turned on. At the router level, it's not on. So that can't be it. Unless you're saying turn it on.
No.
I may. Well, yeah, exactly. I may have, if anything, and I don't think this would be the issue. I may have double NAT now, and that's something that's been very challenging. But that I don't think because there's a direct port.
You're having a double NAT. Why?
Because I can't put the modem effectively into bridge mode without losing the 2 gigabit connection.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're silly ISP.
So
that's the first thing I have in mind. It's like, no,
I know. Yeah, I know.
I want your public IP. I don't give a crap about your
I've got to.
So make it dumb for me.
So what I have to do, right? So what I have to do is figure out what I need to do to not have the modem.
Double NAT could be giving you some grief, but what again though?
Not this grief though. I'm not doing online gaming.
Because you've been okay before, right?
That I know of.
Like when did that happen? Like, did you notice this? Have you actually done a successful stream once you did the upgrade to a new?
Yeah,
modem?
we did. I thought last weekend.
Yeah.
So
Dolnet can give you some whacked out problems with some
yeah,
stuff,
so
but I don't know if
so
it'd
but
be
the
this
alternative
common
is
option.
I have to figure out
Not
how to
great.
yeah, but not a network admin here, how to effectively hard code or have it not assign, you know, that at the modem level and basically give it to the router. And I don't
So you're saying you can't you can't make your thing a bridge modem.
no,
Like you can't put it in
not
bridge
without
mode.
when you do, you lose all ports except for one. And the one port that it goes to is a 1 gigabit connection, not the 2.5 gigabit connection.
What are they doing?
This is what I was told.
What are they doing? I would be complaining about that.
This is what
like,
I was
you might
told.
want to actually get on the line and talk to them about that.
You know what? If you want to try,
you don't
because let
want
me tell you,
that. Like,
I
really,
don't
you
disagree.
Don't want it.
So that's the thing. I have to figure out how to turn, not how to just turn it off, but how to hard code that network connection to effectively not have it in bridge mode, but like not assign NAT specifically. But then how does the router pick up an IP? So
your router is going to have to be in like bridge mode. That's like the only way that it's going to pass over
yeah,
a
but
public IP
it's not,
to your router.
That's what I'm saying. It won't do it.
You're not using your modem as a router, right?
It won't
You've got
do
another router
Correct.
behind there, right?
Correct. And so what I'm saying is
that router to actually go out in the modem and get your public address.
I understand
right?
that. You're preaching to the choir, Sinu. Preaching to the choir. You're telling me everything I already know. You're telling me everything I already know. The problem is, what I was told is that only one port will work, and this was by the tech. Only one port would work, and that would be the 1 gigabit port.
On that. I would call.
So
I'd challenge them on that. I can't believe that they would do that. Yeah, I would challenge.
This is what
on that.
So I may end up fiddling with it tomorrow.
Whoever the tech came in, or like, was it the guy that installed? Like, came to your place, told you that?
Yep.
You might get. So they're usually like a tier 1 type of support person, right? So sometimes when you call and you ask these questions and that, they can give you like more of an infrastructure person. So I could try it. I would be very surprised that their equipment does that, right?
I could try it. I mean, if I could do it, my network will go down right now. It will just die right now.
Like, that's just like, no, you guys, no.
I don't disagree.
That's wrong.
I don't disagree because I can turn it into bridge mode. I can like toggle it. But I was told the moment that happens, only one port becomes available. They don't, and it's the first one, and the first one is not the 2.5 gigabit port. They only have one 2.5 gigabit port. One RJ45 2.5 gigabit port. And it's the first one is a 1 gigabit port, the one that it faults to.
Is this a fiber connection by
It's not a fiber.
chance?
Not a fiber.
Okay.
Regular coax.
Okay.
So I have to, like I said, to my knowledge, in order to get the speed that I'm now paying for, a 2 gigabit speed, a 2 gig down, I can't have it in bridge mode. So I have to figure out how to make it not assign, to basically turn off NAT.
Here's the question. Another question.
I can't put it into bridge mode.
Your router, what's your router port then that you're plugging into? Your WAN port on your router?
2.5 or 10. 10.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's fine. It's more than enough. It's not my bottleneck.
Yeah. No. Just want to make sure that, yeah.
So I have to figure out how to. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
So the port that your Ethernet that comes off of your modem into it's like port 5 or something like that.
I don't know. I'm not looking at it. I don't memorize which one it is. So yeah, it's gonna take.
I'm just a little. That doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing what I was told. Like I'm like, all right, well, I can try it. I can try it tomorrow to see what happens. I mean, what's the worst? I can just flip it back. But
yeah, I would.
My concern is how do I solve the problem if I can't? I don't want to go down a path if I can't solve that problem. And
well, the next thing is I would call, because I wouldn't take the tech that came to your plate. And no offense to them, but they usually are the guys that come in that, and if they have any remotely some problems or whatever that's beyond them, then they're on the phone anyway with like people like us that are the one like that I work in with infrastructure to talk about it. So he might have been led down wrong himself or whatever, but that's a really I would push that a little bit because
I would do it
I'd
right
be very
now.
surprised.
But
Now, it could be a
if I did it
limitation
right
of the
now,
equipment
yeah.
that they have out.
But if I did it right now, the stream would die and it wouldn't come back like for minutes, if that, because everything has to repropagate and all that. So, yeah.
But yeah, I just wonder because I do not like that you're in a double NAT thing right now. Like that is not a good place to be. Like because weird things can happen with your network.
No, I know.
Sure. I don't necessarily know if it's still what your problem is here though.
I don't think it's this problem.
You,
It would.
I
would
want to get get rid of that.
No, I don't disagree, but no one's been able to give me an answer. I mean, apart from what it is that I've known, how do I? Because I've configured it a certain way so that it does work, and I've effectively mitigated a lot of the issues.
Is this considered a residential connection? Like when you do they offer that as res, or are you in a business type of?
It's business. K2 says the cable modem is doing bonding of the coax channels to double speeds, 1.2 times 2, and most likely needs to be the router. Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. Absolutely not. No way. No way in hell. No. Not a chance in hell. And here's the there's just no way.
But I didn't catch that. You said that you're actually paying for like a business connection.
It's a business connection. 2 gig.
And there's no. Yeah. You shouldn't be putting up with that, man. Like and I can't believe that they would do that.
K2.
They should be, if it's a business connection, they should be able to give you public off of their modem.
So maybe I need to pay more for some. Maybe I need to pay more for some other level or something. Which again,
or they may have gave you something that's more residential. Like I know when I was back,
but it's business.
Like now I have who I'm with now with fiber.
Hang on. Yeah, but they're doing. I can turn on bridge mode. That's not the problem. The problem is when you turn on bridge mode, you lose the 2.5 gigabit port.
Yeah, and that's for paying for business to do that. So like you can't bridge your modem and have the full business at 2 gig. That doesn't seem right.
So I don't know. There's no answer to this question. I can turn on bridge mode. The moment I do, I'm being capped.
But you haven't yet, though.
No, I haven't because, again, per K2 Kevin, the cable modem is doing bonding of the coax channels to do double speeds and most likely needs to be the router because of how the modem is. I don't think I have a choice. I don't think I have like 15 modems that they choose from where I just ended up with this one. This is the one they have. And it's not about an SLA in having bridge mode. I can have bridge mode. Not the problem. The problem is the equipment that I have to use would force me to use a 1 gigabit port, which is an extreme shortcoming.
I don't believe that that's the case.
See, I don't.
Yeah. No, I know. You're
like I said,
by what they're telling you.
K2 may have more insight than I do, but I'm at the mercy. Honestly, I'm at the mercy of what it is that I know.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. No, it's too bad that you're in that situation, like what they're telling you, because so obviously if there's a bridge mode on this, and this is one of these modems that they can offer you their Wi-Fi and all that kind of crap too, right?
Yeah, which I've turned off all that stuff. I basically wanted it in bridge mode, and then when he said, yeah, you can't do it, or you can do it, but you won't be using the 2.5 gigabit port.
And that's where I would have been like, what are you talking about, dude?
So, yeah.
So here's a question then. Is this 2 gig connection that you got, is it relatively new for that ISP? Is this like a new
relatively, yeah,
starting to offer?
Relatively.
Yeah. So maybe in that aspect, it might be a little more believable because their equipment hasn't, they might be just using older modems that they've had, and they're waiting for a refresh there, right?
I don't know.
That right?
That is something that I can bring it up with them. But
I think it's worth the call with them and just say like,
oh God,
I'm paying like
another call
thing here, and I really need to get this in bridge mode, but I want the full speed. I don't want to be
right.
Because otherwise you're putting me into a double NAT scenario here, and that brings up all kinds of problems. I got to have that conversation with them, and and then they can put you on the line with their tier 3 or whatever, right? Support, and those guys can kind of set you straight with it and tell you why.
But like I said, I think it's basically, it boils down to a limitation in the hardware.
Yeah, and it could very well be like, I think that if that speed is relatively new for them and they haven't been offering it that long,
It's
then
DOCSIS
the equipment
3.1.
that they're giving out is not
Yeah.
up to par with
Yeah.
that yet,
So
right?
hang on.
They might
Yeah.
have newer
So,
modems coming, right?
Kevin,
that they'll be offering down the road.
Yeah. So K2, I back channeled with you. I kicked off a back. I mean, we're continuing the back channel, right? DOCSIS 4 should resolve the issue, and I think DOCSIS 4 is right around the corner. I don't have an idea what timeline is, but theoretically that would get me, and I'd be like, want to be like, okay, put me on the line, put me like first in line for this stuff. In fact, I'm the first person in the neighborhood that's pulling 2 gig 200 on this kit, you know, because I'm like, I was asking, I'm like, okay, can I do it? We're on the new system. I should be able to do it. But this is the caveat. It's a big caveat. And I don't know if that's worth, I don't know if the lack of, I mean, apart from, like I said, bypassing and not using NAT on the router and assigning an IP to another local IP, certainly, to my router, I don't know if that would solve the problem. I mean, it could potentially solve the problem, but like I can't bridge otherwise. That I know of. I can't bridge.
No, because what your router's probably getting a 192.168 type of address or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? A private address, so your WAN looks weird when you look at your router right now.
But I don't. But again, what's the what are my choices?
Yeah.
I'm limited.
Well, you want the speed, so
that's
then it's
what
like,
I'm saying. So do I?
I know.
And I just know a phone call is ultimately going to say, well, if you want the speed, that's the way you're going to get it. I am like, so wait, so I'm paying for the speed, but in order to get that speed, I have to ruin my network. You know, I'm like, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to have their device absolutely not control the network, because they can look at that device. They can get into it at any time. And they've been clear about that. I'm like, no way in hell. Not going to do it. So, yeah.
Not in this day and age.
Nope. Nope. Fool me once.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So
if they've got one of those, they probably got like 1 million of those. And if there's a known issue out there, then hacker, hey,
nope.
Here we come, right?
Nope.
You're better off having like the.
So I've got to figure out. So Sinu, what I have to figure out is how to. I don't think I could buy my own modem either because I'm business class. That you can't, like, when you're business, you can't. I don't think you can do that because they have to have certain.
I mean, it would have to be compatible with whatever they're.
Yeah, whatever they're doing.
Right?
So, yeah, I will not.
No, I would start again. I would start with the call though, because I wouldn't just hit that guy that came and.
Well, I can start with trying it myself, and then like,
well,
hey,
that too. That would be my first thing, and just see what he's talking about, and then if you see it, then maybe that will save you a phone call too, because then you'll be like, oh yeah, this is really limited to whatever. That would basically be whatever the firmware is on that modem.
So, like I said, I just do not.
Why would they do that?
K2's got some insight, but like I'm not. I did not want to. There's no way. I'm here. The thing is, things are working. I mean, they're working. Minus this one glitch that, by the way, is still okay. It's only glitched once tonight.
I'm not, and I don't think that this is what your
I don't think that's the problem.
Anyway,
so
it is something you want to.
If I did a lot of online gaming, I would be like, yeah, this is not going to happen. So I may have to push on them, like, you know, you're making it a problem with online gaming. And their solution, of course, is, well, just use us as a router. I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Why would any business give you control? Why? Like, no. So, like, there's got to be some kind of plan or whatever that you can put this into a bridge mode with 2.5 gigabit. No way. Like, Nope.
You try turning it on and off again.
Oh, yeah. I've been turning it on and off again a lot. I've been doing a lot of that.
You ever watch that show, The IT Crowd?
Of course.
Yeah, God.
We're all the best episode was one where it was a bomb. Is like, what computer is that running? What computer? What operating system is it? Windows Vista. We're going to die.
Yes.
It's great.
And
was
the
awesome.
internet, here's the internet. It's a
Yeah.
black box with
Yeah.
a red light. That was great. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah. That's
you
just,
know, all of that.
I hear ya.
Like,
But
you're not having
Sinu,
a problem with a lot of other things. This
how
is
do I
just-
not assign NAT at that router? Is that even possible to have that router not assign NAT and just give it an IP? So I'm not doing double
The
NAT.
only way to not do it is to bridge. You have to do bridge mode because you need to have you could give that another IP, but it's still not your public IP.
Right.
Your public IP is coming from your ISP's DHCP.
Right.
So the DHCP of your ISP has to give you the address. You can't just put one in there.
So then do I turn off the DHCP server on the modem?
Then you won't get nothing. It won't hand you anything over. You could be like, if they gave you a static IP, which they don't do.
You can. I can buy a static IP. I can upgrade to that.
Because if it's a static IP, then you probably could set it on the modem.
See, hang on. K2 is saying you get a block of 5 public IPs and assign one to your own router. See, that I'd want to do. That I feel
I don't think they'll hand you 5, dude.
Well, I can get just one or, I mean, I know I can upgrade. I know I can get them. I mean, I don't care how much it's going to cost. It's going to eliminate
that would
problem.
be you know, if they're adamant when they're on the phone, like for the main easiest thing to do is ask them and double check that. Well, try it yourself.
You can get as many as you want to pay for. That's what I'm saying.
So I can just do an extra.
I can just do an extra IP.
Say what are my options?
But wait,
if they're adamant that it does.
But how do I assign?
It might be that you need a static IP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now the only thing with static IP.
But here's the thing. I can get it. I don't know if I have to buy it a la carte or if it's by blocks of 5, right? Or how much that costs. Oh, it says like $19 a month. See, there we go. So I'll pay $19 a month. But then the question is, how do I assign that second external IP to my router? That has to be something controlled in its router itself, I'd assume.
Now you have to be careful what they're going to be giving you for a static IP address too. They might give you an IP6, right?
No, they'd have to give you an IPv4. The WAN address of your own router. Yeah, no, I would get, see, IPv4. K2 Kevin would know. Thank you for following, Sirs H. Okay, so I'll call and get an extra, I think that's the solution to this problem. If I'll try it the hardware-wise, that's the solution to the problem. I'll just get an extra IP. Like, it's because I'm telling you, we'd go down the rabbit hole with the hardware limitation, and then I have to keep, I would then have to keep an eye out when there are DOCSIS 4 modems available to be able to upgrade to, which would solve the problem. Then I would potentially no longer need to.
But you got to make sure though that you can set a static IP, you know, the public IP. Where would you?
Kevin would know. Kevin would know if you can buy multiple IPs.
You would set it right on your router.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would be able to assign it then to my router. I'd be able to assign it to the
So
that
they
wouldn't be a problem.
They'd say this is what your public IP is, and then you'd put it
and that's fine.
Right on the router, right?
Yep. But
okay, and then you wouldn't put it in bridge mode, but then you'd turn DHCP off.
No. I'd have DHCP on, but I'd have bridge. It would have to work that way. It would have to work effectively, not like a bridge.
DHCP on,
but if they give you an ability to assign a DHCP, or I'm sorry, if they give you the ability to assign an external IP address, an additional IP address, they would have to give you the ability to pass that IP address to another device on your network. Period.
Yes.
That's the only way it would work. And then I would just give that IP address to my router. So that's it would bypass DHCP, or it would bypass local NAT, local DHCP, etc.
Yeah,
that's
but you'd
the
have
solution to the problem.
DHCP off on
that,
on
but
the
that
modem.
would be something that it would be something that would be controlled, I assume, in the modem, not at the account level. It'd be controlled by the modem itself.
Yeah, if they're offering that, then they should be able to turn that on.
Yeah. So that's my solution.
There's a pretty good option for you.
That's my solution.
Around that. Yeah.
That is my solution. So.
But I wouldn't offer that until you find out for sure if it.
Well, I'm pretty sure, dude. I am more than confident. I'm more than confident because like I saw it and I'm like, okay, it's in a different block on the router. When I saw bridge mode, I'm like, I'll try it tonight. You can have DHCP for Wi-Fi only on the cable modem and static on the Ethernet. I see. I don't use Wi-Fi on the modem at all.
No, I don't want any of that. You want the modem to be just a dumb device.
I'm with you, CNoop. I was there. Yeah. I was trying to get that done, and then the caveat was like, you can't, not with this. So, yeah, I don't do Wi-Fi. I have all the Wi-Fi turned off on that because I have my own. I'm gonna manage my own. I'm gonna, everything I'm gonna do is gonna be managed. I don't know everything. Apart from if a guest comes over,
would love to charge you for it.
If a guest comes over, then I'll turn on the Wi-Fi on that. If they really want it, then I'll turn on the Wi-Fi. I'm like, because I'm not gonna put you on my network. I know nothing about your device. Like, no way. And I can turn on a guest network. That's relatively inconsequential. But like, it's just
I imagine
easy.
your router does that, right?
It does. It's got it. But I have on the router. I have everything turned off.
Internet,
I've even got. Well, I'll put it to you this way. I have the router have it passing to my router, the one that I control. I have it put in the local IP that's assigned. It's in the DMZ because I'm like, I don't want any filtering. I don't want any hanky-panky. I don't want any messing with port anything. It is like, so I've already got it as about as dumb as it can be minus that.
Yeah.
No, I don't use, I don't have Xfinity, so turn off DHCP, then turn off DHCP and see if they will sell to public, most likely one IP or in blocks of 5 usable. Well, I'll ask tomorrow. I'm gonna contact them tomorrow and say, hey, I'm having an issue here. I think I need to do this in order to solve the problem.
Yeah. I think they'll have a good solution for you, and that may very well be the solution. And it's like, we'll sell you
yeah, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with spending the money. I don't.
And then that just gets your network right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But I don't think that's going to solve the issue I'm having specifically with OBS. Not like an entire network-wide thing.
You want to make sure everything's right that way going out.
Yeah.
You could have wacky stuff going on, just dealing with that double NAT.
Well, I haven't. If I've been having issues, I haven't noticed. But remember,
you might be so fast that you're having issues, but it's fast enough to correct itself too. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
You start sniffing packets, you might be saying, "This is really weird," but look, it's actually.
I'm not detecting any anomalies when I'm watching. I'm like, everything looks normal. No wacky anything apart from assigning, an extra. And I haven't done any online gaming either, so I don't know if that would.
It's also an extra hop you don't want.
Right.
Right at the very least, too, right?
Well, I think that I'll get that facilitated tomorrow. That's easy. I don't think it could be Windows, but it's specifically OBS in Windows. So I'll have to figure out how to get that. Joe says bridge turns off DHCP. Yeah, no, I get that. I understand what it does. That's not the problem. The problem is I can't do it without sacrificing my 2 gigabit or 2.5 gigabit port. So no, do I have the speed that I'm paying for? No, like I'm not going to do that. It's not even practical. It's like, no.
Pay for it then. I'll go back to 1 gig then, right?
No, I see. Even then, I'm like, how can you go back from having all that overhead back to 1 gig speeds? Even then, I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Is it the same up as it is down?
Yeah, it's the same up. It's the same up.
Yeah.
And that was the first question I asked: is like, is it the same up?
Because in your case, you're different than like streamers and stuff. They're looking for that more so. A lot of other people, it's just mouse clicks. I don't care that I have 3 gig going up for mouse clicks, right?
Yep. No, I said the same thing. I'm like, upload is
it's like,
critical.
No, we need the upload, right?
On that biz mode, you can also do port blocking easy. You can block big blocks of ports before it gets to your... Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have double port blocking. I don't want there to be any questions as to there's a firewall issue, I'm running into a problem on the network. I can handle that. I can handle all that on my end. For sure. I can handle all of that.
Yeah, and if you can, you want to.
That's what I'm saying. I've got plenty of management on this side of that. And I know because I was
You let
looking
your
at it and I
ISP
thought
do
about it. I'm
all
like,
that stuff, and I mean, a lot of people have to be that
which
way
is
'cause they're not
fine.
tech savvy enough,
That's great, but
y- y-
I don't mind it being blocked there, but I don't want something to happen here, and then there's an anomaly. Like, what's going on? Why is this not working? I'm like, I got everything, and then I forgot. Oh, that's right. The ISP is doing this, that, or the other thing.
yeah,
That's why I'd rather have it not in their hands.
yeah.
That's
You can get all the logging that's coming right to you, right?
Yeah.
And see what's going on too.
Yep, for sure.
That's
So
too bad, though.
that is the excitement. So it only crashed once, and that was OBS basically freezing up. So I don't know why.
So that's different then. That's not necessarily what your issue was before. This just happened to
but
be
hang on. But OBS freezes at the same time, and I don't know if OBS freezes drops the connection, or if the connection drops and that freezes OBS. So I don't know which it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which it is. I don't know if OBS is. That's what I'm saying. So I think OBS has got. There's something potentially with it. How many physical ports? Several. I lost count. So I don't know. I'll be continuing to troubleshoot. In fact, right now I got to start wrapping it up because it is about 9 o'clock. Don't know who we're gonna raid here.
Yeah, I need to head out here too.
Yeah, it's later where you are.
Yeah, I have to work in the morning. Fun times though.
Indeed. Well, Liz wanted to raid Maker Deck, so we can raid Maker Deck. We haven't raided Maker Deck in like months. Why not? Y'all have heard of Maker Deck, right? It's been going on in the background here, 24/7 on Twitch. If you're a maker, person who enjoys 3D printing, you would also enjoy that. Thank you everybody for tuning in. CNE up. Thanks for geeking out. Thanks for talking network with me. I'll be back over on YouTube, of course. That's a 24/7 stream as well. If you're a gamer, feel free to join the Discord for more information. We just launched a Minecraft server today, so you can register and jump into that. It's a vanilla server. Thanks again, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And by the way, follow CNoop. His link has been on the page. He's got his own streams as well. Sorry we missed Star Wars Sunday, by the way.
Yeah,
I was busy with other things.
I'll hit you up again.
No, it'll happen again for sure.
Yeah.
It was one of those days. Here we go. Tuscan raiding Maker Deck in 3, 2, 1. There we go.
There you go.
And it is rated. Thanks, CNoop. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go fiddle with it and see what happens.
Yeah, well, I'll keep me posted. I'm curious what's going on with that for what the solution's going to be.
I think it's going to be an extra IP.
Interested in what that conversation will be.
Oh, night, love you. All right, night. See, it's
But
bedtime for her.
Yeah, I'll be interested in seeing what the solution is for that then for you with your